Welcome to Grineat Restobar presentation. It's good for you. I go by the name Makareli Hlonolo Jones, aka Mupandi, and I'm from Venda, Toyando. For those who know the town, I stay just before a town, in a small village called Ramondo, and I'm doing my third year in Bachelor of Agricultural Management at the University of Limpopo. And I'm the founder of Mpandi Bakery in 2020 and Tumamina Delivery Services in 2021. In above mentioned enterprises, I'm not alone. I'm with my co-partner. You guys will meet him soon. Then, after running those enterprises successfully during the pandemic, a lot of different ideas, business ideas, have been hitting differently. One which successfully or that took most of my time thinking or researching about is the one that I'm about to share with you guys. So this is just somewhat a demonstration of some of things that we've been doing lately. So during the years, we started in Pandi Bakery and Limitless Club in 2020 and Tumamina Delivery Services in 2021, right? And those enterprises, we are not alone. So what we have got to do with Grineat is things that we have been doing back in the years. So with Pandi Bakery, when we started Pandi Bakery, we started it with a mentality or with our main goal of what working with people and learning how to sell. Secondly, and operating learning the skills of operating the business, right? Because I believe what we are doing at Mpandi Bakery is the same thing that or challenges that we are facing is the same challenge that they are facing at Sasco, right? So the difference can be with numbers. Sasco will be dealing with millions, and here in Mpandi Bakery will be just dealing with thousands, right? So that was our main focus when we were starting at Mpandi Bakery, to learn how to sell and to work with people. Then when I started Tumamina Delivery Services, we were more focused on the side of investors, bringing people together and starting something, right? Then those things what we started with, what that we have been doing to start all those enterprises is the thing that we are going to do with our own Grineat Restobar. So with Grineat Restobar, the only difference is that this one we're going big and we're going to deal with higher amount of numbers or large numbers. So what we're going to do with Grineat is not something new. So the business idea that I'm about to share with you guys, I should say this before we proceed. Myself, I won't be reading word by word, right? So after this presentation, I will share with you the document, so you guys will read word by word. Now I won't be reading word by word. I will just be presenting, right? Then talking from what I know, right? Then okay. With that being said, let's continue. The idea that I am about to share with you guys is what Grineat Restobar restaurant, right, and a bar. So with our restaurant, the difference is that it will be having a rooftop, a drive-through, and a bar and a portable gym space for those who like to exercise in the morning. Then we'll be serving green diet, protein shake, and healthy food, and whole different yet the normal food that we eat in our daily basis. So in this presentation, I'll just be presenting some of food that we'll be serving in our restaurant. So I won't be presenting everything or every dish to save time, right? So I'll be presenting some of food that will be serving or that our chef already prepared. With the side of our normal food, I mean, or will be serving food that we normally eat in our restaurant, in restaurants that are around. But then we'll try to make it more healthier so that it can be good for you, as our slogan says, good for you. Then our main target or our target market, it will be students, bodybuilders, old age taxi drivers, and car owners, as we'll be having a drive-through. So this is a structure of our restaurant. Then to explain the name, Grineat Restobar, right? The green, if you guys can see, it's not the green of the green of what color. This green means smile, right? So food that will be serving, surely it will give you a smile. Then secondly, as you pronounce the word green, you know the green color, that the green of a color that we normally know, what the green color. So we'll be serving some of what green diet food, as I've already mentioned. Then our slogan, good for you, is written in a way of smiling, which correlate with our name green, which means smiling, right? Then our restaurant or our Grineat Restobar, it will be more like franchise. So for those who don't know franchise, at franchise, if you want to own franchise, if you say today you want to have KFC, you want to own KFC, what will happen first is that you have to go and buy the name before anything. we go and buy the name. Then after buying the name, you can then they will give you a memorandum. This is what you have to have so that you can conclude your structure KFC or your building KFC. So before anything, you have to buy the name. Then you can also you can then buy the materials and building and land and whatsoever. So in our Grineat Restobar, we subtract that thing, or we remove the thing of buying the name, because we are starting our own, right? So we're going straight to things that matters: structure and build staff, materials, and everything that will be used to operate our business. So this is the structure that we are looking forward to. Then with that being said, let's quickly move to what will be serving inside. So these are wings that our chef already prepared for us. And then for those who like to have it, they are already on market. Then I won't be telling the price because it will be like I'm advertising already. But then for those who want it, you can contact me. They're already on market. Then if you want it dugged, they are already available in dugged form. Then we'll be also serving mohodu, chicken, verse, steak, and beef stew. Right. Although we'll be also serving will be serving as a takeaway and not sit down. So in our breakfast section, we'll be serving things like sandwiches, and then we won't be serving quarter. We won't be selling quarter. Then we'll also be selling yes, some of things like sandwiches and tacos and so on. Then also green salad for those who like. Then in some of our menu will be serving food like this. Now we're taking that tin life nyana and bring it back to Kasi. So first forward in a drink session, we'll also have drinks for people who are sitting in a group or individually, so you can choose which way. Then from our name, Grineat Restobar, you can relate. We'll also be having a bar which will be serving cocktails. Some will be alcoholic, some won't be alcoholic. For those who won't like who don't drink alcohol, like myself. Then otherwise, these are some of fruits that will be serving as a dessert for those who like to have it after eating. Then from the first picture there is for people who will be sitting down. Then second picture and the last one for people who will be taking grab and go. For people who are going to attend classes. For students, you can relate. There's some days where you are attending class from 7. Let's say maybe you need class at 7. Then in between, you don't have any class. Then you have class at 2. So in between that time, the high chances is that you'll be hungry and starving. So hence you can grab and go our box or lunch box. Then also for students who are going to library to study, and students who are going to do practicals, and for people who are going to work as for lunch. Then we'll also be serving protein shake, milkshake, and coffee. Fast forward, we'll also be having mostly yogurt and fruit in our breakfast section. So the one that you see on the picture is grab and go. So we'll also be having the one on a power where people will like to enjoy and sit down and enjoy their breakfast. Then fast forward to numbers now. Now this is the part that is interesting most. Other than that, I won't be reading word to word, right? So we have estimated 200,000 as our capital to start this beautiful restaurant of ours. So 150,000 it will be used for structure, equipment, and so on and so on and so on, things that will be put inside. Then 50K it will be unexpected cost. So unexpected cost will cover things like salary, or wages of staff, and things that won't be expecting, or I can expect, or I can stay think that we are not expecting, because what we have expected we have covered or there on 150K. So things that will happen all of a sudden that we didn't expect, so they will be covered with that 50K. So after that, the research that we did of people who used to own restaurant or other businesses, we have found a lot of people have failed because they didn't have unexpected cost. They wrote their plan down. It was nice on the paper. Then, boom, they venture to it, and then when it happened, or something that they didn't plan, or they didn't include in their planning, it cost them. Then it goes to a point where they have to close down the business. So if I can give an example on that, is that mm, even myself, what with Mpandi Bakery, we have also come across that situation where it's easy when we are planning down, okay, writing down. This is me writing down, or tomorrow I'm going to sell 20 muffin. After selling those 20 muffin, I'll have X amount of profit. Then it will be nice, and so on and so on, and buy another stock, and so on and so on and so on. You know how you plan your profit and stuff like that. But then boom, reality hits when I'm about to bake. Then what, I make a damage of the whole tree, or let's say a 4 muffin, they come out as a damage. No, now on a paper I didn't write that for my muffin, that damage cost or whatever. I was planning, right, all the muffins that I'm going to produce, I'm going to sell them and what, get an X amount of profit. Now when I'm baking, I make a damage, or when I'm delivering, some of the muffin what get damage. Now it's an unexpected cost. Now those numbers and all those profit that I was writing in the paper won't be possible because of that cost that I've accounted during the process. So I think unexpected cost is very, very, very much important. Secondly, when we're going, so for you to be part of Grineat, you need an initial investment of 4.5. So for this 4.5, you'll be investing for a lifetime. This investment is not a thing of investing tomorrow and get your money tomorrow. Like investing today and get your money tomorrow. No, you are investing it now, then it will be paying you for a lifetime, and it will also pay your what, people who come out after you. If it happens that you passed away, I won't like to say it that way, but it's life. People pass away. So if it happens that you pass away, your dividend will carry on being paid to the next generation. And then with that 4.5 of yours, you'll be investing. You'll be earning 2% of 100% dividend that will be paid annually, right? Then when we start, we'll start paying them annually. Then when we go, then maybe they can be paid monthly or quarterly, right? So, or on our investment opportunity, we're only giving away 50 seats. When they're occupied, then we'll close this opportunity. So hence, when I'm saying seats is that you can buy 3 or 4 seats if you can afford that, right? Then it's not a matter of it have to be 50 people, everybody owning one seat only. You are that flexible. If you can afford to buy more than one seat, you can buy, and then it will be equivalent to your percentage of shares. Then those dividends will be paid to you with you not doing anything. You can be anywhere in the country or even out of the country, you still get your dividend in full, right? So as that, we try to make it flexible for everybody, so that we cut it in half. Then that 4.5, you can pay it 3,000 before 20 May. Then 1.5 will you pay it before 20 June. Then those are our estimated date. We can play around those dates and change it according to the situation, right? Then with that being said, let's say for example, now you invested that 4.5, you're owning 2% of 100% dividend, right? Then it happened that we sell the restaurant, or the board decide to sell the restaurant. Then we sell our restaurant or for 1 million rand. Then you as an investor, you will get around 20K, because you own 2% of everything that will be in that restaurant that is sold, the structure, the land and everything, right? Then you will have to get your 2% share, depending on how many shares you own, right? So that's an example. Hence we are saying that you can go for as many percentage as you want. Then my goal was to have as many students as possible, because our restaurant will be based where students are target market, or where there are a lot of students. And secondly, due to the fact that in our country there is a job opportunity problem, or our unemployment rate is high. So it's better, or it's best to have 1% of something than 0% of nothing. So I would like to have my goal was to have as many students as possible, right? So that we can also be having a side income that will be generating you money when you're not even doing anything or putting any effort, right? Then the best, I like this quote, a Chinese proverb that say the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. Then the second best time is now. Maybe you might not be investing in a long term back in the days, but then you can what start planting your seed now, what, and let them grow with you, right? Then if you have any question with this one, then I'll be very happy to answer you on what on our group. Then secondly, you won't have any question and answer section because what I'll send this thing on YouTube. Then for those people who like to join, for you to watch this presentation or being on the group doesn't make you a Grineat member. The only way you can be a Grineat member is you having that investor number or investing, right? Then don't be scammed. Only deposit on Grineat account. Don't deposit in whosoever see him what account now. Only deposit at Grineat account, right? Then I'll share the banking details on our group. Or for those who like to have banking details personally, then you can contact me or contact any of those number. Then we'll get back to you and pass you those banking details. And for question, you can throw them on the group or throw them inbox anyhow that you'll be comfortable. Then for those who are not part of the group, you can text us. Then we'll add you in the group. Other than that, I'll be waiting for your question. Then it's your boy Kilo the Hustler. Be strong. You never know you're inspiring. And don't forget to pray.